Hey there, I'm Anastasia, and you can check my blog at anastasiablogger.com. I've been doing this full-time since 2018, but I can tell you for a fact, the first year of blogging was the most difficult because you have to make a lot of very important choices while not knowing the whole picture and learning as you go. So in this video, I will show you the 9 main things that you should do in the first year of blogging to set it up for success. And while all of these tips are very important, you really don't want to miss the tip number 6 because it's something that you cannot fix later. But first up, you need to install Google Analytics on your site. It's free and at the same time, it is the most comprehensive website analytics tool. And you don't need to use any other WordPress plugins to track analytics. It takes just 5 minutes to install Google Analytics code on the backend of your site. You can find lots of tutorials even here on YouTube and follow the steps, so I won't go into more details now on this. And once you have it installed, you will learn a lot about your website visitors. Are they coming in from social media or maybe from search engines? How long are they hanging around? Which pages on your site are the most popular? And remember, you have to use Google Analytics because any ad network or potential sponsor will ask you for stats from your Google Analytics and not from any other odd plugin or analytics tool. By the way, if you have Jetpack plugin on your blog by any chance to track visitors, then get rid of it. It's slowing down your site and not helping you learn anything more than Google Analytics could tell you. The next tip is to create a Google Search Console account for your site. This used to be called Webmaster Tools. When your blog is new, you can help Google find and index your pages faster by manually submitting your new pages in the URL tool in Search Console. Here you will also see how your site's doing in search results and which keywords it is ranking for, and it gives you a heads up if any issues might prevent Google from indexing your site. I noticed that a lot of beginner bloggers do have Google Analytics, but they never even heard about the Search Console, so I thought it was important to mention it as well. The next tip is do not overspend in the first year of blogging. The truth is, and most people will not tell you this honestly and bluntly, so the truth is that you won't make a whole lot of money in the first year of blogging. You'll be lucky if you make anything at all. I was lucky to get traffic from Pinterest, and I'll talk later a bit more about it in this video, and I will explain who can benefit from this platform. And by the end of the first year of blogging, literally around my 11th month since I started the blog, I managed to get accepted to Mediavine and made my first $1,400 with Mediavine ads when 90% of my traffic was coming from Pinterest. But again, even that was by the end of the first year of blogging. So because you won't see much money from the blog, I think you might feel better if you haven't wasted a lot starting a blog. Some bloggers will tell you that you have to start with the best and most expensive hosting provider, which can cost over $100 per month. But I don't think it's wise to splurge on hosting in the first year when you barely get any visitors to your blog. Personally, I started with a self-hosted WordPress blog on Bluehost. It's super affordable, less than $3 a month, and you even get your domain name for free in the first year with Bluehost. I stayed with them for over a year, and even though I mentioned that I gained more than 100,000 website visitors in my 11th month of blogging, Bluehost's cheapest plan sustained the traffic spike, and I wasn't forced to pay anything extra. You will find the link to Bluehost in the description below, and it gives you a discounted price on their WordPress hosting package. Now, another potential expense is a WordPress theme, but you can actually start with a WordPress theme that's known for good site speed, for example with Astra theme, and it has a free version, so you could later upgrade it to a paid version when you start making some money with your blog. Now, if you want a more step-by-step guide to starting a blog, I have a free resource for you that's a 7-day course delivered to your inbox with instructions and video tutorials. I'll give you a link to it up there and also in the description below. Now, the next tip is establish a routine. Use a content calendar. When I first started blogging, I really quickly realized how important it is to keep things organized and consistent. If I didn't stick to a content calendar, I'd just stop posting and get demotivated. So I started using a content calendar to schedule my blog posts and point out all of my cool ideas. It's like having a roadmap for your blog, and there's a little tip from my early days. Set a blogging schedule that's realistic for you. As a beginner, I managed to put out 2 posts a week. I focused more on quality and nailing SEO with each post rather than just churning out content. Trust me, it's not just about quantity. Quality is king, especially these days when Google has its helpful content updates and you just cannot afford to have any low quality pages because each one of those pages will drag your entire blog down in search results. The next one is build an email list right away, but the smart way. Building an email list is hugely important, but don't just add a form that says sign up for my newsletter. That's a waste of space on your site, and most of the beginner bloggers do exactly that. And then I hear voices like, oh well, email marketing doesn't work for me, it's useless, my email list isn't growing. Maybe it was your voice. Well, you have to give people a specific reason to sign up for your list. It can be a freebie, a checklist, a free challenge, a printable, an ebook, and so on. The next step to building a successful email list is that you need to have engaging forms to capture more subscribers. For example, this is a form on my blog for the Pinterest SEO checklist. It took me just 5 minutes to customize the template. You can not only select here the character, but even a lot of different animations, and I will show you here the Tarzan and the moonwalk options. Visme forms with characters are shown to convert up to 2 times more than traditional forms. But of course, should you want, you can also easily in one click hide the character. You can create forms with super easy, user-friendly drag and drop tools from Visme Forms, who kindly sponsored this section of the video. See, I selected one of the form styles, uploaded my checklist cover. I could choose to add or to remove the name field, remove the elements that I didn't need on the form, for example, the logo, and I edited the text on the button. Visme Forms integrate directly with many email providers. In other cases, you might need to use Zapier. And to publish the form, we just need to copy the embedded code and paste it on the landing page. There is this case study where Visme Forms brought from 100 to 210% more lead conversions from organic traffic. Just hit the first link in the description below and try Visme Forms. They're a game changer for growing your email list. And once you start the list, make sure to send your subscribers something at least once a week. If you don't send anything, don't complain that your email list is useless. You just don't know how to use it in the right way. For starters, sending your subscribers an update about your new blog posts at least once a week is a good idea. You don't have to create a separate type of content just for the sake of emailing it to your subscribers. Now, the next tip is to secure your social media handles. This you need to actually do not even in the first year, but maybe in the first month of blogging. Make sure to spend about an hour on this and secure the usernames or social media handles on all the platforms that you might be using. Even if you're not going to use them right away, and probably you won't because you shouldn't spread too thin in the first year of blogging, but you just need to open these accounts for your blog on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, maybe Twitter if it's a good fit for a niche, and make sure that you save them with the handles that are the same or at least really close to your brand or your domain name. You want to do this because it might be taken by somebody else by the time when you have the time to work on this particular platform. And then you will have to use handles that don't reflect your brand, which is not ideal. If you found this tip helpful, give me a like. Takes you a moment, but it helps my channel immensely. There are also subscribe and bell buttons. Don't hesitate to click on them too if you find my videos helpful. And if you have any questions for me, the best place to ask me is in the comments below this video. Now, the next tip is to focus on one platform at a time. Look, trying to rock every platform right out of the gate just isn't realistic. You cannot expect to hit it big on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Google, and TikTok all at once, especially when you're new to blogging. Getting the hang of each platform takes a bit of time. From my experience, Pinterest often delivers faster results than Google SEO for a lot of niches. But remember, it's not an one-size-fits-all. Some niches like business, tech, and other serious topics do not do well on Pinterest, ever. For me, Pinterest was a game changer because in the first year of blogging, I was getting over 90% of all traffic from Pinterest. And if you think that Pinterest traffic is dead, you are wrong. It still works great and fast, and in some niches, it's very impressive how fast. Here's a comment I've got on one of my videos recently. This new blogger in the home decor and lifestyle niche managed to get enough traffic to get accepted to Mediavine in just 4 months, all thanks to Pinterest traffic. It was driving over 90% of all visitors to her blog. Though it's not like Pinterest worked for me 5 years ago and now the platform is entirely different. It's not true, and a lot of new bloggers get their blogs off the ground mainly thanks to Pinterest traffic. The RPM, revenue per thousand of visitors, for Pinterest traffic is usually higher than for Google because you get most of the visitors from Pinterest from the United States. So the potential income from display ads is great if you focus on Pinterest. If you want to figure out how Pinterest can boost your online income, I've got a couple of things for you. First, there is my online course called Pinterest SEO Traffic Secrets. It's perfect for those of you who know the Pinterest potential and you want to dive deep into mastering it. And if you're just starting to wrap up your head around how Pinterest works, then you could start with my free Pinterest masterclass. I'll drop links to both of them, to the paid course and to the free masterclass, in the info icon and also in the description below. Now, for certain content types, Google might be your best bet. For example, if your target audience is mostly male, you might find it tougher to engage them on Pinterest, as the platform is more female-dominated. The key is to figure out where your audience hangs out the most. It could be Twitter if you have a tag blog, and it's certainly not Twitter if you have a home decor or a food blog. Start with the platform that aligns best with your niche and the content style. Once you've got a good grip on one platform, then you can think about bracing out to others. The next tip is be patient. Patience is crucial in blogging. You might not see big results right away, and it often takes a year, sometimes even more, to see some sort of income from the blog. Don't expect instant magic. It's all about sticking with it and keeping at it. It's also super important to set both short-term and long-term goals. Start with something manageable, like getting into a regular posting rhythm, and then work your way up to bigger goals, like hitting certain ad revenue or income numbers. Remember, blogging isn't a sprint. It's more like a marathon. You're in this for the long haul. It's not the quickest route to success, but if you stay committed, it can be very profitable down the line. And it can be life-changing. I left my day job by the end of the first year of blogging. A few years down the road, I had my daughter, and she's a toddler now, and I can spend with her all the time that she needs because my schedule is flexible. The next tip is to prioritize the important stuff. This tip is great for people like me who often get carried away by new things that they learn. And as a new blogger, you will learn something new maybe every day. Everything seems so important, but even a small technical challenge on the blog can suck up your time, and you can waste a whole day trying to figure out something that doesn't really affect your blog's success that much. So try to think about your blogging tasks in terms of return on investment, and try to focus your energy on things that are most likely to bring you financial rewards. For example, you need to write posts that are designed to drive you more traffic so that you can start making money with ad revenue faster. And a few other examples of high ROI tasks would be SEO optimization, so you spend time optimizing your blog posts for Google, and this means researching the right keywords, ensuring that your posts are SEO friendly, building internal and external links, and improved SEO rankings. They will lead to more organic traffic, which is key for long-term success. Then email list building. Don't underestimate the power of an email list. Create an attractive lead magnet like a free ebook or a webinar to encourage signups. Regularly engaging with your list can lead to higher engagement and direct traffic to new posts and products. Then another task is monetizing your content. Beyond ads, look at other ways to monetize. This could be affiliate marketing, sponsored content, or even creating and selling your own digital products or courses. These avenues can offer a much higher ROI than traditional advertising. I go over all of the main blogging monetization strategies in my course called Blog Your Way to 10K. It will teach you exactly that, not just to blog, but to run your blog the right way and make sure that you work towards monetizing it and not just doing a lot of work every day without having the big picture in your head. And if you're entirely new to blogging, you could start with my 7-day free course, which will be delivered to your inbox daily with all the steps and video tutorials to help you get started the right way. You will find the link to it in the description below. Sign up today and it's free, but it is a thorough guide for you. And before you close this page, I've linked up there for you my video that documented the income reports and the growth of my blogging income in the first years. I'll see you in that next video.